Welcome to Mike's Organic Cafe. Today we'll be making choc collagen coated mint slice cookies, replicating the junk version and turning it into a healthy snack. First we need to put melted coconut oil into our mixing bowl, then add monk fruit icing baker sugar so it dissolves better than erythritol, followed by 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract, and then with a hand whisk, mix together all the ingredients until dissolved. Then get a tray lined with baking paper and pour the contents of the mixing bowl about 1 centimeter high, then refrigerate. I had some clumps, but they're easily removed. Now while that's in the fridge, let's make the cookie part. Ingredients are 250 grams sifted white baker's flour, 2 cutting molds, 1 for the cookie and a smaller one for the coconut topping, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, alcohol free, 125 grams of organic butter at room temperature, 1 pinch of sea salt, 2 egg yolks at room temperature, and half a cup of monk fruit icing sugar. Put the butter and icing sugar in the dough mixer until it goes soft and creamy. Then add the egg yolks and vanilla, add a pinch of sea salt to the flour, and pour on top of the butter mix. When it's all combined, turn up the speed. It will bind eventually, turning into a shortbread dough. Combine the mix into a ball with your hands, then place in a mixing bowl. Cover with a plastic wrap, then put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes until the butter hardens. Alright, it's been resting for 30 minutes in the fridge. Now you'll need your baking tray lined with baking paper, a rolling pin, and a large cutting mold. Take the hardened dough and knead it until it's soft again. It will crumble and take time to mend, so you'll be kneading for a while, but it'll be worth it in the end. I don't think this needs to be put in the fridge after mixing. Maybe you can just knead it and cut out the cookie shapes. I forgot I had a piping gun, so maybe I could have just filled that straight after mixing with the cookie attachment and squirted the cookies into proper shapes. But I'll see how I'll go with the piping gun next time, trying a different cookie recipe. The reason is we are not using conventional junk ingredients like processed sugar and milk. But keep at it, it's like a mini workout, eventually get it done. Now you can preheat your oven to 180 degrees. Then gently knead the dough with the rolling pin until it's about half a centimeter thick. It's going to crack, but keep it combined, rolling gently back and forth. Then with a large cutting mold, cut out as many cookies as possible. Place the cookies onto the baking tray. I used a pancake flipper, it's easier than using your hands to remove the cookies. Then repeat the process until you have no dough left. Into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until they're brown on the bottom and edges. Then take them out and put them on a cooling rack, letting them harden. Mine took 20 minutes. Now onto a cooling rack, or just leave them here for about 30 minutes to go cold enough to put the coconut icing topping on. Now grab the frozen coconut icing topping out of the fridge. Cut out the molds with a smaller size cutter. Place the coconut rings onto the cookie rings and put back in the fridge. Now grab your frozen coconut icing topping out of the fridge. Cut out the molds with a smaller size cutter. Place the coconut rings onto the cookie rings, then put it back in the fridge. Boil your kettle, then put the hot water into the boiling pot. Place the chocolate into a metal bowl, then on top of the boiling pot. Have your 1/4 cup collagen protein ready, whichever flavor you like. I went with chocolate. Then place the boiling pot on the stove and melt the chocolate. Once it's melted, pour the contents into a mixing bowl, then mix in your collagen protein well with a hand whisk until combined. Then pour onto the cookie. Unfortunately, mine didn't stick to the coconut icing. However, they do look artistic, right? My chocolate was too hot, so that was my mistake. So wait until it cools. You can leave it on top of the steaming water and wait a bit. It will cool down but stay melted as the water cools. That way your chocolate will stick to the coconut icing better, hopefully, and not melt too quickly. Then place them back in the fridge for 30 minutes or until the chocolate hardens. And here we have our mint slice cookies without the hormone altering chemicals or junk ingredients. Make sure to have only 1 or 2 after dinner, and make sure you count your calories to include them. Enjoy, and thanks for watching, and be seeing you in Mott's Organic Cafe, where we turn junk into healthy.